मृत्युञ्जयं मृत्युभियाश्रितानां
मृत्युञ्जयं मृत्युभियाश्रितानाम्
अहं मतिर्मृत्युमुपैति पूर्वम्
अहं मतिर्मृत्युमुपैति पूर्वम्
अतः स्वभावात् अमृतेषु तेषु
अतः स्वभावात् अमृतेषु तेषु
कथं पुनर्मृत्युदियोऽवकाशः कथं
Together?
मृत्युञ्जयं मृत्युभियाश्रितानाम् अहं मतिर्मृत्युमुपैति पूर्वम् अतः स्वभावात् अमृतेषु तेषु कथं पुनर्मृत्युदियोऽवकाशः.
So in the first sloka, Bhagavan provided the vastu nirdestvam, basically the defining the vastu. Vastu means that which is vasati, that which exists. And that which exists eternally, anaditam, abhadjitam, vastuhu, that which remains all the time without any negation at any time. Trikalam abhayitam asya, that which cannot be negated at any time, past, present or future, that alone is real and that alone is vastu. And that is the explanation or the fact about the Sat, Chit, Ananda and Ameyam also he mentioned. The four aspects of the Brahman. Now he comes down to our level to describe another invocation, an invocation of Lord Shiva. Bhagavan Ramana is Lord Shiva Bhakta. So here the Lord Shiva is called Mrityunjayaha. Mrityunjaya means the one who has conquered the death. That's a Markandeya story where the Markandeya was born at 16 and supposed to die at 16. He goes to Lord Shiva out of fear of death, and Lord Shiva saves him from death. That's the story behind it. And here, therefore, he is called Mrityunjayaha, that is Lord Shiva. And those who are afraid of death, because the death is a change, right? And change can only occur for finite. And finite is only because of the difference, Dvaita. So remember the first, all our analysis, there is the Dvaita or the differentiation. A differentiation leads to finitization of myself as I am this. And finite alone can undergo the death, the destruction, because finite by definition continues to change. And therefore, one who is of the notion that I am finite, or the one who are afraid of the death, so mrityubhihi, the one who are afraid of death, their ashridanam, they take shelter to Mrityunjayaha. They take the shelter of the one who has conquered the death, because he knows how to conquer. So there is no point in taking shelter to somebody else who himself is afraid of death. So you want to take shelter at the altar of the Lord who is above death, who can kick the death out also. That is the purpose of going to Lord Shiva. So mrityubhihi ashridanam mrityunjayam, that's the one who has able to conquer that Lord Mrityunjaya. I am going there to take shelter unto him. So what Lord is supposed to do? Protect me, because I am afraid of the death, because I think I am a finite individual guy. I am born, remember, the birth date and the death date. There is going to be death date sometime. I am going to go and die. Therefore, I need protection from the Lord, because I don't want to die. Why I don't want to die? Because I want to live forever. Because there is an intrinsic desire for me to live forever, because that's my nature actually. Because I am Sat Swarupam. But there is an intrinsic, also I think I am this body, therefore I am afraid of the death. So I go to Lord Shiva to protect me. So what Lord Shiva has to supposed to do? Protect me. Because I am afraid of death. Instead of that, Bhagavan says very funnily, the Lord destroys the devotee. Instead of protecting the devotee who came to him to protection from the fear of death, he destroys the devotee himself, not the death. What is this? This is not what I came for. Lord, oh Lord, protect me, because I am a devotee and the Lord is a one that I am devoted to, deity. And he himself, the devotee itself is destroyed in the process, and to that Lord my prostrations. So what does that mean? It means the Lord is destroying the devotee because the devotee has a notion that I am a devotee and that is a deity. There is a duality between a deity and a devotee. And what God destroys is this division between the two. That I am a devotee is a notion in the mind of a devotee that has to be destroyed completely. I am not even a devotee. Chidaranda Rupam Sivoham Sivoham. We chanted, remember? That's why he says, that's why we are chanting that slokas. Why? I am of the nature of Lord Shiva himself. How can he destroy? Therefore, if at all Lord out of compassion, he has to destroy my notion that I am a devotee separate from the deity. So here the invocation of the Lord is Mrityunjayam Mrityuviyashridanam Ahammatihi. Ahammati means I am the notion that I am a devotee has to be destroyed out, then there is no difference between me and the Lord. Only because of the difference, because I think I am a devotee and there is a deity out there and Lord is separate from me, therefore I am prostrating to him. But what he does is that very wrong notion that I am separate from him itself is destroyed. Aham matihi, the notion that I am separate as an individual itself is destroyed. But how? It's not a physical destruction. It is an understanding that I and you are one and the same. So if a Lord has to be compassionate enough, he has to teach me Soham. Means you are, I am. There is no difference me and you. There is no question of surrenderance. Once you surrender what? You surrender your wrong notions that I am separate from you. That has to be surrendered. In the surrenderance, I and you become one. So that destruction of the duality that I am a devotee and the deity, that duality has to be taken out. That is due to delusion. All these. And that is aham matihi mrityuhu. That itself is destroyed. The wrong notion that I am an individual. And notions are destroyed by understanding. How is he going to do it? By either himself teaching as a Dakshinamurti or send his disciples to go and teach them. Right? Go to Chinmaya Mission, there is Swami there, and all the teachings go on. Why? That's why we have Dakshinamurti is there, watching to make sure that his teaching is going on. And that is exactly what Lord has to do. And that is what the destruction of ahammati mrityu upaiti purvam. Purvam itself, the first thing he does is to destroy the wrong notions. Notions can only be destroyed by the knowledge. So even if the Lord comes guda here, he has to teach me what is exactly, because what he comes will go. So to live permanently in me, he has to teach me, I am not separate from you, don't look anywhere else. I am you, I and you is only a differentiation or distinction out of ignorance. So what I need, knowledge of divisionlessness. You know, the whole thing. Ataha, then, Svabhavat amruteshu teshu. Once I recognize I am neither a devotee nor a deity, I am that Satchidananda Swarupam, that which exists, and I am conscious of that. There is no death, no transformation, none of this, because Ataha Swabham, that is my nature itself. What is my nature? Eternity, amruteshu. There is no fear anymore, death, because I am the very nature of eternity. I never undergo change. That means I am infinite. So all these notions of finiteness only because of the confusion that I am a different from the rest of the world, and Ishvara, Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara, the differences is there, that I am identifying myself with the localized body, mind. I take myself as I am a finite. That notion of finiteness is removed by reading the first sloka. Remember, the first sloka established everything there. I am that Satchidananda Swarupam itself. Atasvabhavat amruteshu teshu. Once I realize or recognize I am is the pure existent consciousness and ekam, that an indivisible, non-differentiable, eternal entity. Katham punar mrityu yuvakasha. How can there be again notions in my mind that I am finite, I am going to die? All that will not be there. So the fear of death, fear comes from the second. You are not afraid of yourself. That's why there is no fear in the deep sleep state. I am not afraid of anything at all in the deep sleep, because I alone am there. But all that comes when the duality comes, I am afraid, I am afraid, I am afraid, I am afraid of the past, I am afraid of the future, all the time. I don't know what's going to happen to me, I don't know what's going to happen to my son, relative, this, that, all, all those, that rope keeps on coming, that all that is there. Why? Associating something about the future. He's going to tell about future, past and all that in the slokas. And about the past. So I asked some of my students, I asked, always if you try to walk around and say, try to freeze your mind to see where your mind is. Either your mind is indulged in the past, regrets about the past. I should have done it, I could have done it, I would have done it. All those could have, would have, should have, all that about past itself. Or I don't know what's going to happen to me tomorrow. This, all that imaginations about the future. What? I'm walking and present is forgotten. Either about the past or about the future. I live only in the past and in the future only, but not in the present where the life is. All my life is spent in that. Says, when I realize I am Amrutam, Amrutam means there is no death at all. I am the eternal itself. Where is the question of all other things come? Because I dropped all our notions in the mind. So all that realization is nothing but realization by dropping what you are not. That's all. It's very simple. All I have to do is drop all the notions as I am this. This is object I am subject. How can I be object equal to subject equal to object? I cannot be an object. I cannot be objectifying myself. Anything objectified, I cannot be that. Therefore, I am not this, not this, not this. Idam, idam, na idam. Not this, not this. Reject whatever idam that is objectified or objectifiable. I cannot be that. I am the very subject because of which objects I am conscious of. Existence of those objects I am conscious of. So I am beyond any of the finites that are going on, including I am this. Oh, everybody introduction is only I am this. Nobody say I am, period. Like a teenager, you say, because, you stop there. So I am. So who are you, sir? I am. But don't do that when you go to train reservation, you have to fill up the names there. Don't say, I am Brahman, I don't have birth, I don't have death. For transactional purposes, you have to transact. But understanding, I am beyond that. And therefore, says, Shunvanta Vishwe Amrutasya Putraha Ayodhamani Divyani Santi Vedahamitam Amrutam Prastat Aditya Varnam Tamasa Prastat. Says, Shunvanta Vishwe Amrutasya Putraha, a sage who has realized, declares, hey, listen, you are sons of immortality. You are not sinners like other religions talk about. No, you are sons of immortality itself. Birthright is my nature itself. The eternity is my birthright itself. So where can there be a fear of death once I recognize what my true nature is, who I am? So Bhagavan asks you, look back, the notion that I am this only notions in the body because I am identifying myself with what I am not as I am, and drop that wrong notions by gaining the proper understanding of who you are. Oh, now I know what? I am Brahman. I am also again trying to conceptualize what Brahman is as something other than me. I am not even a Brahman, I cannot say, because even to say something, I had to come down. So, Shankaracharya says, I am not a Brahmavit. I am not a knower of Brahman. I cannot say I know Brahman. I cannot say I am Brahman, period. Because it's not something that I know as an object. Because I am, period. And because anything that I add to it is only a qualification, only if objects have qualities. And I have non-qualified. There is nothing I can say. I am beyond qualities. That's why it's called Nirgunam. In the last session, I forgot to tell, there is remember I mentioned about the Swarupa Lakshanam. Brahman alone has Swarupa Lakshanam. Objects do not have. We think any object, what science does is define the object as precisely as possible, right? Any science has to define this is what this is. A definition has to be such that it excludes all other objects in the universe. That's how the precise definition is. But Vedanta says you cannot really define. Why? Please define a chair or a cow. Let me see if you can define. Oh, I can define. How? You only give me the qualities of the cow to define, but none of the qualities are exclusive enough to differentiate the cow from anything else. It has a heart, it has 4 legs, it has a tail, or you name it, whatever quality you mention is not exclusive enough. Exclusive enough means that is necessary and sufficient qualification to define a cow as a cow and not a horse or a dog. Follow? I told you necessary and sufficient qualification. Only Brahman alone has that Swarupa Lakshanam, because all I can say, water, sir, I can define. How do you define? Water is all properties that you give to distinguish what a chemist does in trying to find properties and to find out what the chemical is. But ultimately water is H2O, you will tell me, right? H2O is water, water is H2O, both converse, this way, that way, it is only water. So that is a Swarupa Lakshanam. Sir, that's only assembly, that's not water. You're only combining 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen, putting together and calling it's a water. Water itself doesn't have water. What is a water that you can define? It's only assembled from hydrogen and oxygen. That's what you're telling me. Then I'll ask you what is hydrogen and what is oxygen. You will tell me again it's electrons, protons together, putting together. I'll ask you what is electrons, what is protons. You'll go bazaar pretty soon. Because I cannot define the fundamental particles without consciousness coming in, because you come to a quantum level where an observer affects the observed. I don't want to get into quantum mechanics, but that's all. So there is no Swarupa Lakshanam for any object. Why? Because objects are made of Sat Swarupam. Tadeva saumya idamagramasid ekameva advitiyam tadaikshada bahusyam prajayeti. I want to become many and became many. That means the material cause itself is the Brahman himself. And I cannot perceive the material. All senses can only gather the attributes, not the substantive. There is no way I can grasp the chair. Thank God, a chair doesn't enter into my mind. Only the attributes through the senses I gather. So where is a chair? That's why it's called Mithya. What is there is really Brahman. Sarvam Kalidam Brahma. All that you see is nothing but all this is the material cause for the whole universe is Brahman. Yatova imani bhutani jayante yena jatani jivanti yat prayam tabisham vishanti tad vijnasasva tad brahmeti. That alone is Brahman, where from which the whole universe came, by which it is sustained, into which goes back. The very material is Brahman, and Brahman is imperceptible. I cannot see. It's not an object to see. Therefore, there is no Swarupa Lakshanam for anything other than the Brahman. Because science defines all that they are only rolling around in the small, because they cannot find out essence. Now they are trying to find out what is consciousness. If I try to analyze consciousness as this, then this becomes an inert. It's not consciousness anymore. I cannot analyze. All I can say, I am. And that is beyond the death itself. Atasvabhavat amruteshu teshu katham punarmrutyu dhiyo avakasyaha. For the mind, there is no avakash. There is no more chance to think, I am this, because once I recognize I am the totality itself, where is the question of the death itself? So the one who has surrendered mrityubhihi, out of fear of the death, once who has surrendered the mrityunjaya, he has to teach me there is nothing to be afraid of, because you are eternal. What's Krishna's teaching first time? The very first sloka, Natve vaham jatunasam, Natvam neme janadipaha, Nachaiva nabhavishyamaha sarve vayam atah param. There was never a time I was not there, never a time you are not there, never a time all these kings that you are seeing are not there. They are eternal all the time. Where is the death? Why are you unnecessarily crying? Asocyan anyasochatvam. You are crying where? Unnecessarily. And all we are crying, it's not for Arjuna, it's for us. To realize there is nothing to be afraid of. Ditiyad bhayam bhavati. The Brihadaranyaka says, you are afraid because of the second. The division causes the problem. Understanding all the divisions are only for the gain, just as we are dividing this space here. This is where the Chinmaya mission starts. That's not Chinmaya mission. All the dividers in the space which cannot be divided. Even the dividers are in the space only. But yet, for convenience, for transactional purposes, we are differentiating or dividing, knowing very well space is indivisible. In the same way, I am the existent consciousness that pervades even the space also. That I am conscious of the space also. That is even subtler than even the space that is indivisible, that I am. It is not a non-existent thing because I know I am exist. I know I am conscious. You're all conscious, right? Yeah. How do you know? How do you know that you are conscious? Someone has to tell you, hey, you are a conscious person. No one has to tell me that I am conscious. No one has to tell me I am existent. Then how do you know? I don't need to know that I am conscious or existence. That means I am aprameyam. Aprameyam means I am not an object for me to know. I am self-effulgent. I don't need a light to see the light because the light itself is shining all over. Because of that light, tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati. Because of the light only, everything else is shining. That light is the light of all lights, and I am that very light that pervades all the lights also. And that recognition is what happens once I surrender to Mrityunjayaha. As a Dakshinamurti, it is Vishram Darpana Dusyamana Nagari Tulyam Yadantargatam Tasyam Atmani Mayaya Bahuvidai Bhutai Yatha Nidraya Yas Sakshat Kuruti Prabodha Samaye Swatmanam Ivadvayam Tasmai Sri Gurumurtaye Namaidam. So he has to come as a guru to teach me the essence of Saddarshanam. That's what the Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says. With that, we have just completed Mangal Sosa. These first two slokas are called, we have not entered the text yet, but the text is the commentary on that Mangala Sutras. Once we understand the basics, then we can go quickly the other aspects. Now we'll start the regular text now. Okay, go ahead.
Sarvai nidhanam jagatohamascha sarvai vachya prabhuhu kaschidapara shaktihi vachya prabhuhu kaschidapara shaktihi chitre tralokyam cha vilokita cha Tralokyam cha vilokita cha pata prakashophyabhavat sa ekaha pata prakashophyabhavat sarvai nidhanam jagatokamascha vachya prabhu kaschidapara shaktihi Chitre tralokyam cha vilokita cha pata prakashophyabhavat sa ekaha.
So sarvendriyanam jagataha ahamascha. Sarve nidhanam. Sorry. Nidhanam is the cause for everything. The jagat and aham, the world and I, cha, is, the cause is, we call it Ishvara. So all religion starts with trying to understand where did I come from and where did this world come from. So, what is the cause for this universe and what is the cause for me? So this question comes for a rational intellect. So I want to know what is the cause. So why do you want to know? So why do I want to know that apple is falling down? Because that's a rational intellect wants to know. Apple has been falling down before also. But a question why comes only for the person who is intellectually evolved. Say, I want to know why. Because I am suffering in this world and the world is there. Why? What is this? What is the problem? Why I had to do all these things to gather happiness? Why am I born? What is this world for? So I need to know what is the cause, so that I can attack the cause. So all the nidhanam for sarvam comes jagata aham cha, jagatascha aham cha. That means for the me and for the world, what is the cause? And the scriptures and all religions say, Vachyaha Prabhu Kaschit Apara Shakti. There is one Lord who is creator of this entire universe, including you. Who says? Most of the religions say, right? So all religions proclaim, this is what all the religions say. What? There is Lord. Who is the Lord? Jagat Karta Ishwaraha. That's the first definition we give, right? Jagat Karta. He is the creator for the entire universe. Why is a creation? Why do you call it a creation? Because this is an ordered universe. And a universe that follow an ordered system. It's not a randomly generated. Randomness, all the statistics only applies for a group of things, not for a single thing. As a universe, as an entity where there is a laws are there applicable, what the science may say, it is just by a Big Bang, but Big Bang has to occur following certain laws. Where is the matter for Bang? Therefore, that doesn't explain to me what exactly is happening. And therefore, when I turn to scriptures, this is a creation only because it is a well-behaved, a thermodynamic system where sitting in a small, after all, earth is so small, in a lab, sitting in a corner, I can deduce the laws that are governing the galaxies and galaxies away. That's because it is a well-ordered, a regulated system. Therefore, I can predict the behavior of galaxies out there, billions of light years away from me. All that because the system is well behaved. Therefore, it is a creation, there is an intelligence, order requires a work. Thermodynamically, or disorder is automatically, the entropy goes increasing as usual, but in order to set order, work has to be done. And therefore, there is an intelligence. And that intelligence, what we call the cause, is Ishvara. Jagat Karta Ishwaraha. Therefore, that's what whole thing is. For what? What kind of universe it is? The one which created the infinite. How big is the infinite? If I create a small thing, say, oh, so beautiful I created. But I only created a limited thing. But the entire universe, we are still discovering the end of the universe. There is no end because the more you discover, the more it is revealing. Because it is endless, it is Purnam, it is infinite itself. Idam Purnam, Idam means the whole entire universe is infinite itself. And the one who created this infinite universe, because all the laws are in the universe only, scientist doesn't invent a law, he only discovers the laws that are there in the universe only. And therefore, the one who is able to create the entire universe, I should have the knowledge of the entire universe itself. What kind of power he should have in order to create this? Because any creation involves a power, a movement. Anything that moves, that's how we define force, right? If something is moving here, which is stationary, if it moved, says that there is a force there. What do you mean force? I don't see any force. The fact that it is moved from one place to other place, there has to be a force that caused the movement from this place to that place. And that's how force is defined also. Newton's laws of motion, that's what I define. So force I cannot see, but I can see the effects. Therefore, from the effects I deduce there is a force that is causing these effects. Therefore, there is a creation, a creator, an intelligent cause, and there is a movement continuously. This is Jagat, Jayate, Gacchate, that keeps on continuously changing, and any change there has for a force. That's how the force is defined. That which causes a change. And therefore, that force has to be a force that created the whole infinite universe, has to be apara Shakti. Unimaginable force that I cannot even conceive of. I cannot even conceive simple forces that are there. And that force, Kaschidapara Shakti says, that's what is called Maya. Maya is a Shakti, Parameshvara Shakti. Because I am seeing the creation. Therefore, Vachyaha Prabhu Kaschidapara Shakti. And where is that Lord? If you still ask question, we can't put him out there, because out there where? Where are you going to put him? He cannot be outside the universe. Why? That outside has to exist. That outside also has to be created. Their outside has to become inside the creation only. So there is no outside the creation. And we cannot be inside the creation because inside the creation is created. Anything inside the creation is created. So he cannot be outside the creation, he cannot be inside the creation. He is the whole creation itself. Therefore, he cannot be other than the creation itself. Not only Jagat Karta Ishwaraha, Jagat Karyam also Ishwaraha. Whole thing came from him and whole thing goes back into him. That is the creation. Then where am I? I am the conscious entity who is the subject, and everything else is an object for me, including you. Everyone is an object for me to perceive. There is nothing but the world is nothing but the subject and the object. Right? An object I can dismiss. I cannot dismiss the subject. Because I have to be there to dismiss. So everything I can dismiss, not there, not there. When I go to a deep sleep state, all the objects are gone. But in the morning I get up and say, I slept very well. Why? I was there to sleep very well. I won't make that statement in the sleep, because in that case, because I was not sleeping only. Only when I get up, I can recall that experience, say, I slept very well, because I was there. If I am not going to be there in the sleep, nobody is going to go to sleep. Right? Because we know we are going to be there when we are sleeping. And therefore here, it is similar to the seer and the seen duality is only an apparent, because all the scenes are the objects, the whole world is nothing but the assemblage of objects, and objects are nothing but the thoughts that rise in my mind. Remember all the introductions I went through? And the thoughts are in my mind, in my consciousness. I am conscious of all of them. I am a subject and this is an object. Subject exists, object exists. The existence is not limited by the subject. Existence is not limited by the object. It provides the existence, both the subject and the object, that which pervades both the subject and the object. That existence, which is conscious existence, is actually I am. I am not a subject. I am not an object. I am, which is the substantive for both the subject and the object. And it is just like a drawing, beautiful drawing is drawn, where in the drawing itself one is looking at everybody there in the drawing. So there is a seer and the seen all on the chitram there that is seen. And where is the subject? Where is the object? Subject is also part of the whole thing too. What is their substantive for both of them is pataha. It means it is the canvas. So when you go to next time, when you watch TV, You are watching the TV screen and dramas are going. There is a fire going on the movie. The floods are coming on the movie. People are shooting left and right. You are seeing something, but yet you are not seeing that. What's that? The very screen. Without the screen, there is no show. But the screen I am not seeing. I am seeing and paying attention to things of lights and shadows dancing on the TV. Paying attention, crying when the people are crying, and enjoying and laughing and the people are laughing. But behind all that, there is changeless entity, very substantive, that is supporting all the drama, but yet it is not burning, it is not getting wet, it is none of the changes that are occurring that you are seeing. Nothing is happening to the screen, yet I am seeing the screen, not recognizing the screen. Follow the problem? Same thing in the screen of my mind. All things are dancing there. There is a subject and an object. All drama is going on. I am forgetting, getting lost in the drama, getting lost in this is the object, that is object. Oh, I am crying, and all that drama is going on. Forgetting you are the very substantive, very the substance on which all drama is taking. None of them will be affecting you. Nothing will happen to you. You are eternal, ever-existent, self-conscious entity that you are, not the changing subject and the objects. Shifting my attention from the drama that I am seeing on the TV to the one that is background, without which I cannot see any drama, is the same way sitting. Meditation is shifting my attention to that on which all the drama is taking place. I am the nature of the existing consciousness which is supporting subject is. Object is the easiness or the existence of everything that I perceive, I experience. All the experiences are because I am a conscious, and these things are I am conscious of. And that, looking at that, is essentially Prakashaha api abhavat sa ekaha. That is one entity that is behind all these dramas that are going on. All the pluralities are dancing there, but I am beyond this dance. I am that which is supporting everything, but yet imperceptible for everything. So, what is that I had to realize? I had to realize I am not this drama. I am that which is supporting the drama. Drama is not the problem. I can enjoy the drama, recognizing I am not the one who is that roles that are suffering. Roles will have suffering, but I don't have suffering. Roles will have a problem. I am a father, I am a mother, I am this, I am that. All those roles can have a problem. Roles will have a problem, whatever you are. But I am none of the roles. I am an actor, doesn't change with the roles. Recognizing that background, that Satchidananda Swarupam that I am, is the very essence of meditation also. Realization is shifting my attention to what I am not, to what I am. And that is similar to the drama that I see here. The Bhagavan gives you a canvas, but here it's not a canvas, it is the very life, the consciousness itself is the screen in which the drama is going on. So, Prakashaha api abhavat saha ekaha. Just as Lokyancha Vilokitacha, the one who is a seer and the seen in the drama, both are, I am the very substantive for both of it. Because it is, this is, everything, world is, the existence is my nature, and that conscious existence is my own. I lend the support, I can dismiss all that, and still I am there as in the deep sleep state. And if I am conscious in the waking state also, all the time, Knowing that let this play drama, that means your mind has to shift your attention all the time to that consciousness which is not changing in all the changes. So how do we do it? Reflecting slowly, I am the witnessing consciousness. I can see my body movement, I can see everything movement, but I am that consciousness because of which I am conscious of this body, because it is this only. And constant awareness of who you are is Dhrudhaiva Nishtha. Why we forget after the class is over, back to the routines, because we get carried away with the drama on the TV, of the screen of the mind. Forgetting I am the screen in which drama is taking place. Screen is inert, but I am conscious entity, all the conscious, I lend everything to them. Existence. Without me nothing will be there, but I am not of that. So, what is self-realization? Recognition of this fact all the time, continuously, that I am not this, I am consciousness, I am the witness. Witness doesn't take part in the show. He has to witness only, like a Sakshi. And all things are Sakshyams, are of this, a drama that's going on. I can stand apart and look at it. Body will be still functioning, mind will be still functioning, intellect will still be functioning, but I am not functioning. I am seeing the functioning of the body, functioning of the mind, functioning of the intellect. I am not this, but I can provide the support. Maya adhyakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam. All this prakriti is going on, all the actions and activities can go on, but I am not changing in all these changes. That shift of my attention to that which remains the same in all these changes is self-realization. And here Krishna Bhagavan starts with this first. This we bring the Lord, and says Lord is reduced to the I am, because I am the seer and the seen, and all this drama is only external drama at the substantive of that which is neither a seer nor the seen. And that is the essence of this sloka. It starts with that. Therefore, there is no more misunderstanding of I am. Now, if you pay close attention, because all other slokas will start with the analysis of this ahankara. Ahankara we translate as ego, right? But Vedantic ahankara and in the Dharma Shastra ahankara is different. It says amanitvam vadambitvam ahimsa kshantirajyavam acharyopasanam saucham sairyamatram nigraha indriyarteshu. You know where I am talking about. Indriyarteshu vairagyam anahankaramevacha. This is in the 13th chapter, talks about values. That ahankaram is not good. Amanitvam, the pride and all these things are to be discarded. And Krishna says there ahankara is the ego, I am the doer, I am this, all those, the Dharma Shastra ahankara. In the Vedanta, even people, I don't have any of those pride and all that, I am very humble person. According to Vedanta, you still have ahankara. That I am identified as an individual who doesn't have any pride, anything, still according to the Vedanta, that is ahankara, philosophical ahankara. And that ahankara, that's what he's going to analyze, involves two things. If you understand it, this is basic. What does it, two things? If you really analyze ahankara, it is actually not there. Because it's a false guy. False guy cannot stand. If you attack with the false guy anyway, you are only providing a reality to the false guy. So any other attack of Dvaitam is a problem going to be. Only way the false guy will falls down by inquiry, knowing that it is a false guy. not a real guy. Then how do I do it? This is what the problem to understand. Ahankara, I notion, involves two things. One is, I am the existent consciousness, that Brahman, that aspect. And Atma, that's called Atma. And Anatma, all these inert things, I call this as this. Joining together as I am this. Follow? The Atma, the Aham part, Anatma, the this part, together join as a fictitious third entity coming in. I am not Atma, I am not Anatma, I am in between guy who has a one leg here and a one leg there, a pseudo entity born out of a third thing which is neither Atma nor Anatma. And I am this is a notion which is a false guy coming up. And all our life is this guy. From tomorrow onwards, I am going to surrender myself to the Lord. Flat. Oh Lord, tana mana dhana, sab kuch tera hai. No more. Who says that? Who says that? Ahankara. So he has to get up again. So from now I am greatest bhakta. Who says that? Ahankara. Whatever you say, there is. I can do different versions of whatever I do. From tomorrow onwards, I am attending Saddarshan classes. I have finished even Saddarshan class also. Who? Ahankara finished. Very, very difficult to get rid of. He survives the death. He goes to one loka to other loka all over. Punarapi maranam, punarapi janaram. Who is that? The Ahankara. So you cannot easily get rid of it unless you inquire. That's called Atma Vichara. How do I inquire? Know what does it contain? It is a soda entity, it's taking the properties of some of this and properties of some of this and making a chow mixture. Remember in India we have mixtures. So sir, say I want to eat salad. I don't know what is salad, please can you bring a salad? He brings a salad there. I don't